Need to hear one of our shows again? We've got them on podcast. Go to fmmoneytalkradio.com. Scroll down to Podcast on Demand. Pick your show and it's on. Podcast on fmmoneytalkradio.com.
Radio have been in conjoint business for 10 years. They have been working around the clock, nonstop, to promote over 500 shows and businesses reaching all over South Florida. With added platforms such as social media live streaming, podcasts, and the specialty of live radio, it has never been easier to get your voice heard by millions of listeners. To amplify your impact and start your show today, contact AMP2TV at 866-224-5422. That's 866-224-5422.
Oh, yeah. Good morning, South Florida, and welcome to the breakfast at the Brooklyn Café TV.
You take a deep breath and a good whiff of that coffee brewing. Grab yourself some toast, a donut, or any breakfast. As Dawn and Freddie get you up and ready for the rest of your day.
So I grabbed myself and called 888-994-4995 to share a tip of the day.
Or just to say good morning.
So get ready for the time of your life.
Shake off your sleepies, buckle up, because it's showtime.
Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe on a beautiful Monday. Thursday. Where is she going?
She's talking to Echo.
You know, you didn't let the intro finish.
Yes, it did.
No, it's supposed to go. This is whatever. She gives me the whatever.
Whatever. I love it when your children go, whatever.
Whatever. Sounds like my kids. Whatever.
Whatever, Dad.
You know, you burned the barn down. Whatever.
I'm so sorry. My bad.
Things happen. They use the S word. Unbelievable.
Sheet. I'm too old for this sheet.
Yeah.
Daddy's hat.
You know, I gotta bring it up because it is what it is, and everybody's talking about what happened yesterday and the whole night. But I forget about everything for a second on what happened in D.C. I got a different question for you. I've been in Facebook jail for, 2.5 months.
Yeah, I know.
And I don't know why. They never told me why. They just put me in jail, right?
Yep.
So the lunatic goes and they freeze his account for 24 hours. 12 hours. So he destroys the country and they just freeze his Facebook page for 12 hours.
12 hours. Everything. 12
Meanwhile, I don't even know. I buy ads. I promote Facebook. I baited for Facebook when they started 7 years ago. I baited for what they do because I've been doing this longer.
Pretty much.
And nobody explains to me why I'm in Facebook jail.
I know. Yeah, it would be nice to know why. Good morning.
Jesus, how are you, Jesus?
She's got a sheep with her.
Jesus was a rolling stone.
What you got, Teddy? What's that heavy coat you got cooking?
What the hell are you doing? Are you going north?
She's sleeping over? She
Where
was really
you going?
cool. She's sleeping over. We're opening up the bed and she's spending the night. She's getting ready.
That program don't start till February with the 24 hours. Do you know I was freezing so much last night? I got up, I put my robe on. You see the robe that I wore? And I slept in that with blankets on.
Wasn't it like 60 degrees? Aren't you from New York?
That was 18 years ago.
Not me. I won't tell you what I sleep in, but it's like the cover off, the sheets off, the sheet on, foot out, cover on, extra blanket, everything off, foot out again. It's like, oh.
So when you go to sleep, it's the way you are during the day.
pretty
Total
much
chaos.
total chaos when I sleep.
Wow.
Layers, they come on, they go off. They come on, the hands go out, feet go out, head goes out, it's a whole process for a very long amount of hours is all I can tell you.
I gotta admit, you are one scary chick.
I am one scary chick. But yesterday I went to go buy new furniture for Studio B. And I'm walking around, I'm taking pictures, and they're getting ready to close. And the guy says to me, I didn't realize I had my mask on. I forgot I had my Café mask on. So clearly what we do, right? His daughter is in acting, and she's 8. And did we have an opportunity for her? So
Children's Television Network.
exactly. So
That's interesting.
I know.
And I also spoke yesterday. Our guest that was on yesterday, Susan, with the books. And she said that she forgot to sign the books for us. So she wants to send us our own private collection
Very
of
nice.
signed books.
I love that.
I feel bad because she left already a collection. Maybe we
Iggy,
give those
the
away.
grumpy iguana. Val, it's kind of like Freddie's life. Iggy wasn't always grumpy until he lost his friends.
Iggy was a Rolling Stone.
We've got the whole series, and Sugar and Cookie, and they're very cute. And
I
in
think we
Spanish.
should use it on the Kids Television Network, maybe as a giveaway. if
Maybe
you were
Val
any
could do
away.
like a story reading. She would be perfect to do
She's
that.
very busy.
She's like, no.
What the hell are you doing? What are you doing?
Good morning, Valerie.
What are you doing?
Good morning.
What are you doing looking at your computer?
Teampreneur intro.
Yes, that is today, as a matter of fact. 5 o'clock with Dia Kohli. And her first interview is in Indonesia. And Gio, our executive producer, showed us the link so we can screen
Does
share
it
if we
work?
want to. I was going to have to see if Teddy wants to check it
I got
today.
a $10 bill that says it won't work.
But she said she doesn't have to use it today, but I kind of wanted to check it. Teddy, we're going to check the VMix thing today. Oh, good morning.
Holy
I
smokes.
said Teddy, didn't walk Taylor. Wait, here's what's happening. I'm talking to you thinking that coat is you sitting in the chair, but oh no, it's not. So I go, Teddy, in walks Taylor, then you walk around the corner. I think I've lost my mind. The VMix Advance to see if we can screen share. We'll check
You know, that thing is
today.
still in beta.
Not anymore.
Yeah, but when he used it, it was in beta. It
But
means that you don't know how it's
Gio,
going to
check it out.
come.
Gio showed us it's not in beta anymore. He sent us the link.
He sent the link. It doesn't mean it's going to work. You know what? Okay. I'm just going to mind my business.
Yes, I'm talking to the couch over there. And in walks Taylor. Hey, Taylor. Dunder Mifflin. You like The Office? Everyone meet Jeffrey.
PBS. That's
PBS.
PBS. PBS. The man was working for PBS, and he's here now.
You know, there was that great story. Oh, don't even tell me. PBS. Remember I said to you? Do you remember I said to you about 3 weeks ago? I was watching this Sunday morning show that I love. It's Sunday morning. What is the name of the show?
Sunday
On
morning.
CBS. Is it Sunday morning? With Jane Pauley. And I was watching this whole segment about PBS. And this one guy, and I forgot what city he was from, and he grew up with no money, with no cable, only watching PBS. And his dream was to be in broadcasting. So he applied through high school. PBS gave him a scholarship that he went to college on, local college. And then they hired him to work in PBS. And he went from growing up watching PBS shows to being supported to go to college on a PBS scholarship, to then working and teaching at PBS, and then creating content for the kids, just like he was on PBS. And I said to you about a month ago, I would love to be on PBS. I said, because we are like local PBS. We do outreach, we do community, we do kids and teens and women empowerment, all feel-good things. We should be on PBS.
So you brought PBS
and
to
you
you.
said to me, how do we get on PBS? And I went, I don't know. Let's see what happens. And in walked PBS.
PBS.
How does my brain work?
I don't know.
It's like we may need a new table, and it may walk in soon also.
You're very scary.
It's a whole nother table.
You know, talking about networks, I got a phone call last night, and I must have gotten the, what do you call that when your butt turns on your phone, they call you?
Butt dial.
I got a butt dial at 6 o'clock in the morning from Lou, sweet Lou,
Yesterday or today?
yesterday and today.
Yeah.
And apparently,
You're his alarm
apparently,
clock? Yes.
no, you know, I just bring this up because everybody thinks that what we do really doesn't amount to much. But
It's like we may need you tease me.
but he called me to say, hey, Freddie, you're not going to believe this. I said, what's the matter? CBS called me. I go, CBS called you? He says, yeah. What the hell? Are you playing a practical joke on me? And I go, because that's the way he talks. And I said, no, Lou, tell me, what did they say? He says, they want me to do a special of you and your doctor in the mornings on CBS. So, of course, I almost had a car accident. The phone dropped on the floor, and I stopped and I said, what? So apparently they're having a meeting today with CBS because they want them to do a local show, not a piece, show, on CBS, on Channel 12 from my house, talking about...
House?
On Channel 12 in my house. It's Channel
okay.
12, CBS. I don't know if it's Channel 4 or whatever in your house. Talking about what he talks about during the pandemic on You and Your Doctor.
You know who's going to be the host? I told you this yesterday.
To what? To that? No, it's going to be Lou. They want Lou.
Do they? I told you she's going to end up on CBS.
I'm going to tell you, Lou is very good at what he does.
It's a very good show. That's fantastic.
But I was amazed that if it's true, I'll find out
He
today.
said to you Monday, I remember him saying, what are our ratings? Do people really watch this? Do people really listen to it? And you're like, Lou, look, as you were running around with AJ and everything.
I showed him the numbers, and every day, every week, it gets bigger and bigger.
Because I really think people are looking, as much as everyone was glued to the TV yesterday and social media, and we're going to talk about that. We need our full crew to even talk about that. There are people that don't engage in that, or you turn it on, you turn it off, and then you try to find other content that really, truly will make an immediate difference in your life right now, instead of being sucked into the vortex of everything else. You and Your Doctor, what we try to do here. I ended up watching 13 going on 30 last night because that's how bad TV was.
13 going on 30.
Yeah,
What
with
the hell is
Jennifer
that?
Gardner.
That's a show?
No, it's a movie.
Oh,
Back
it's a
from the
movie?
80s.
Was it good?
It's good every time I watch it.
How many times have you watched it?
A lot.
You know what I saw yesterday with The Rock and the funny guy? The funny black man. What's his name?
Kevin Hart?
Kevin Hart. No, not that one. But I saw that one. That was funny. But the other one where they play the CIA.
Intelligence.
Yes.
I love that movie.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. Hart is really funny. He's funny. If he only acted funny out of character when he's in real life, it would be even funnier. But him and The Rock plays really, really funny bits and pieces in this movie.
he's
So I
good
watched that.
Right?
So is Jennifer Lopez, but I wouldn't watch a movie because she
As a
wiggles her
matter of
butt.
fact, 13 going on 30 had a big cameo of J-Lo. So, you know,
That impresses you.
I think I got a girl crush on J-Lo.
All men have a girl crush on J-Lo.
But I'm not a man.
I understand that. But I'm not a girl
You
to like The
missed that
Rock.
memo?
I'm not a girl to like The Rock. I think that The Rock is a funny dude.
Yes.
I think he's a nice
Like,
guy.
can you look at a guy and think they're nice looking?
Sometimes. It depends.
You don't think many women are nice looking either, so you're
I never said that. I never said that. I don't know where she's talking. You know, Dawn gets up in the morning in some kind of vortex. I never said that. There's nice and there is being nice. They're two different things.
That's totally different.
No, it's exactly what I talk about.
I got a big question for Taylor.
Well, hold on a second. Do you know, because PBS doesn't know our history, we worked with The Rock's dad.
Really?
Yeah, we worked for him for about a year.
You know, that's crazy because I used to call Rocky Johnson my daddy when I was little.
You see, he has more mental dimension than you do.
I feel so sorry.
But
for
The
you.
Rock's dad, and I'll show you pictures. He came in with Lawrence Taylor. I took pictures with him. I did a show with him for a while. But when The Rock's dad was around, there was a lot of animosity going on internally in his life. And he was getting it all done and everything else. And they filmed Baywatch on the beach. And I don't know how the hell I got down that story, but somehow The Rock was involved in that. And we were trying to get down there to meet him and his dad, and that never happened. And the father had an argument with me over something really stupid that somebody said. And you never believe anything anybody says unless they say it to you. And then he passed away. So I never got to rectify that. But it goes to show you, people do watch. All you need is the right set of eyes. I mean, CBS, you got PBS in the house. CBS calls Lou. Of all the people, of all the shows we do, hey, you and your doctor.
Because it's on radio, and people who say that real radio doesn't work don't know what they're talking
Well,
about.
let me tell you something. Somebody called WNN Monday, and they had a lengthy conversation with Madam President about who's this Fred Santori guy and who produces, and they named his show and a few others.
Really?
And she says, yeah, he produces all of them, and he's our video component to the radio station. So somebody's out there snooping.
Very nice.
Content is in a high premium right now. I got to congratulate slick on
I see that.
on the piece that you. What are you going to? Are you going to war? What are you? Is that a military? Is that a
You're up all
shovel?
night doing that piece?
What's that? A knapsack? Your what
Jeffrey,
bag?
This is slick.
Hi, Slick. Nice to meet you.
That's PBS. What do you got going there?
This is my messenger bag. It carries all my belongings.
You got a person in it?
Yeah.
His belongings.
Oh, that's your dad bag.
That's a messenger bag.
No, this is not a dad bag.
Somebody give him a mic. What is that? That looks like
messenger bag.
that looks like a strap on. You carrying a piece in there?
This is a messenger
Pull up a chair. Teddy, come sit next to Val.
carries my
What do you got cooking?
my belongings. It carries my wallet, my notebook, with my paper, pad, everything that I need.
So if you
So I don't
look,
have to carry it in my
you know, one
wallet.
of the problems that this gentleman has is that he forgets everything. Is that your charger? Who left their charger here?
Vinny.
Was it
See?
Vinny?
That's,
Who left their charger over there? A white charger's over there.
oh,
It's
that is
gotta
not
be
I.
yours.
That is not I. Because all my chargers are in my bags.
So you stayed up all night doing that piece.
Yeah, because I was basically I already had the clips from last night, and I was watching too much news, so I had to like release the
Really?
news
We're going to go there?
and watch the Avengers. And I
So
had
you
to-
watched the Avengers.
I
There
really
you go.
watched the Avengers last night from both Infinity War and
What's
what
the
is
Avengers?
The Endgame.
I know the
You know what I'm
Avengers
Is
from the
Avengers
first.
Marvel or is Avengers DC?
Avengers Marvel.
You do know that the Avengers was a show in the 60s and 70s, right?
Well, the Avengers.
No, that is the Avengers. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, the Avengers that Iron Man died.
First of all, that's not. That's
He looks like, are you coming or going?
Oh, me?
Are you here? Are you going to stay?
No, I'm
Take
here.
a
Yeah, I'm
seat?
here. Let me take a seat.
Come
Give me
on.
1 second. Give me 1
You're
second.
going. What's he doing?
Give me
He's
1
making me
second.
nervous.
we
Like, I
moved.
gotta
We
go.
moved the chairs that you normally
Yeah.
put in here in studio.
I got it.
So he has to figure out how to get
Oh,
a
we just gotta
chair.
get, well, there's a chair right there.
Well, he has to figure out how to get a chair.
Hi, Teddy. That's a different size mask. That's a bigger one.
You're good.
A medium. Looks nice. Looks very nice.
So anyway, I want to congratulate
Slick.
Slick because that was a nice piece that you put together.
We're going to air it at 12.
We're gonna
Yes.
put that together as well. And let me tell you, let me lay it out for you. You saw on WhatsApp what I want to accomplish today. And this gentleman here, it goes to show you, guy listens. This gentleman actually did what I'm asking you guys to do on your shows. He did it for PBS. He put content, produce pieces so that you can do your segments, and that's called production pieces.
That's good.
And he actually did it. And what you did yesterday, I was telling Dawn, this is what I'm looking for. But I want it done every day.
I can do
Production pieces. You find that he has places you can go to get some information. And you do some informative acts. And you put it on your shows. I was just telling, I don't know if you heard, CBS called. They're going to put Lou on a segment. They're having a meeting today. It goes to show you, you never know who's watching. And you always have to have on-stage presence. We talked about that today, right?
Always.
And this goes down to what happened yesterday, what has been happening in this country for the last 4 years,
What does
8 years.
on-stage presence mean to you?
It means that I can say anything I want to say. I believe in you. I can sing it. I can whatever. But if you don't really do it on stage, if you don't bring it forward, if you don't look, one of the reasons I ask for tightness on shots is because your eyes are the windows of truth. If you don't come forward and say, I believe America, I believe in you, and they don't buy it, you got nothing. All you got is sand in your hand. That's all you got. Now you're working on legacy. What happened yesterday destroys a man's legacy. When you're the president of the United States, you got to stand up and take accountability.
I just got to tell you, I think this whole world needs a big hug and a big prayer. For
Well, I'm going to tell you, I don't want nobody hugging me because I think they'll
I
stab
can-
me in
I
the
can
back
give
when
you
they
a
do
hug.
it.
I can give you a hug.
We need to pray for this country so badly because it is so dividedly wrong in so many levels
are.
that instead of coming together, as we should have learned our lesson with the pandemic in 2020, you go back to the Bible, whatever you believe in, and you look at the messages that were sent, and we didn't learn. And we got another strain, and we didn't learn, and we got another strain, and we still
But-
haven't learned, and
but
then
let's-
we still don't learn, and we attack each other.
But let's talk about stage presence. After what happened yesterday,
Yeah.
and all the politicians were running under the tables
Gas
and
masks,
hiding,
yeah.
and hiding. You know, they acting all tough today, but yesterday They were whimpering and running. A lot of the cops were taking pictures with the protesters. I mean, think about it. You make $40,000, $50,000 a year. What are you going to do? You're going to take a little baton and you're going to say, stop? When they got a mass of thousands coming at you, what are you going to do? You're going to stand out of the way and go, here you go. Because unless they tear it down with a bulldozer, you replace it, right? Yep. So look at what happens today. Everybody's pointing fingers. It ain't my fault.
That's what Val said to me this morning.
She's
always pointing fingers.
Everybody, there's no accountability. Okay, I'm going to blame the top man, no problem. But what about everything that led up to this nonsense? Now they're talking about invoking the 25th Amendment. Okay, you want to see another explosion? Bring it on, baby.
Yeah.
Bring it on. I think that the best thing we could do is let this man go about his business and be done with it.
I feel like I'm watching Kiefer Sutherland in 24.
But I'm going to tell you the part that hurts me the most.
Yeah.
Is that now, and I believed in Trump. I'm going to stand up and tell you, I did. I believed in his economic ways. I believed that you don't need a politician every time to run the country. And today I'm going to say I was wrong. Because in the breath of President Trump, I look at some of the greatest, most disastrous people in the history of the world. And to put his name in a company to that, it just hurts me. It ain't right. So stage presence, you always have to be on point. Always. When you're a leader, when you're doing shows, when they ask you, listen, I want you to do a show today, it isn't for just me, it is for you. And the president is on the biggest stage in the world. Yep. And accountability begins at home. Because if you can't walk among your people, all your people, then you shouldn't be that leader. We talked about this 4 years ago. We talked about this when he became president. We talked about this day in and day out. You know, Slick took me to school and he taught me what Black Lives Matter means. I didn't know what it meant. I didn't understand it. And I did it on the air. And I says, you know what? I'm going to listen. And I'm going to listen because time, that's why God gave you 2 ears. So you can hear it in stereo. You know, you don't act like a thug and think you're going to get away with that stuff there. You don't do that. We're not a banana republic. And that was Bush that said, and he's a Republican. We're supposed to be the greatest democratic country in the world. Now all the news media is saying, oh, we're a democracy in progress. And he lost 4 lives, man. Good, bad, or indifferent. Good, bad, or indifferent. That's blood on your hands. Is that what we're going to do? We're going to tear each other apart?
That's what I'm saying.
Is that what we've become? Is that what the greatest nation in the world is? I get people from Spain calling me Manuel, worrying about us. I get people from England calling me. I got people I never met in Italy calling me because of my relationship with Leslie Jock. What is going on? Enough. And they're not going to stop. Today will be part 2. Tomorrow it'll be part 3. The 21st will be part 21. It just continues.
Yep.
You know, as a people, take a look at a mirror and sit down and say, you know what, this ain't the right way. There's the right way, and then yesterday, there's the other way. You can't do this no more. How much of this are we going to do? Not on top of that, we got 375,000, 12,000, 40,000 dying a day because we got an illness that we can't control either, and we're going to turn on each other. You know what? Let them all kill themselves. Give me popcorn. Let me watch it on TV. Kill yourself. And then the news comes out and says, I can't believe that guy. Meanwhile, they created more of the riot than anybody because they're reporting it negatively.
Most definitely. Oh, yeah.
You know, what do? You glue yourself to your TV like this.
Yeah.
Like when a hurricane comes, remember? Stop watching TV. The hurricane missed us and everybody's buying up every toilet paper there is in the world.
Ever notice there's more toilet paper again all of a sudden? More people are dying, but yeah, we still have toilet paper.
Oh, facts, yeah.
Yeah. And there's paper towels. And you know what? There's sanitizer.
There now, yeah.
And there's all kinds of things. And we're still alive.
We're stupid people.
We're not stupid people.
No, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to call it what it is.
We're not stupid people.
We ain't smart, Dawn.
They're just selfish. There are people that are selfish and greedy.
You know, you always got to put a pillow. When a guy's jumped out of a window and he's heading down 100 stories, you always want to put that pillow.
Oh, I will always put that pillow.
Accountability don't have pillows.
I will always put a pillow.
You are accountable for what you do. Punto.
Yeah, but here's the problem. With those that have money, some of them, there is no accountability for some people with money because you can buy your way out of some situations.
And who are they paying off? The guy that don't have money?
They make donations. They do things.
How many
I don't know.
whistleblowers do we have now who are saying, hey, this guy gave me $400, so I don't pay this ticket? Everybody. And if you do something stupid, there's always somebody with a camera. Always. Do something stupid. I dare you.
There's
It's
always
going to
a
be on the
camera.
news.
There's always a camera.
Accountability. NBC, CBS, and ABC, they are willing to pay for the footage to say exclusive. So go ahead, be stupid. You know, there's more money in being stupid than being normal.
But do you do it for money or do you do it to?
Everybody
have your voice
does it
heard?
for money.
You
For
don't.
money. But I'm not in it for money. If I was in it for money, I probably would have quit this job a long time ago. I pay more than I get.
You and me both, kiddo.
But the bottom line here is we do it for a different reason. But we all live in this republic. You know, we are all Americans. Every color, creed, and everything is in here.
Yeah.
We're all a family. Not individual families. We're a family. Good, better, and different. You know, those 4 lives, it hurts me that people got shot on inside the symbol of democracy in the world. What is it, 1814, and we're going to revolt? I mean, that was a country that tried to tear us down. We're doing it ourselves. It's just ridiculous already. Now, the Democrats won the Senate, so they got the House, the Senate, and the presidency, and I'm going to lay a dollar bill. They still ain't going to get nothing done. Okay, here we go. Now you got the what do you call it in poker? Straight? What do we call it?
Royal flush.
Royal flush,
You got
baby.
Royal flush.
This is it. 2021 Royal flush, baby. Right? Let's bring it on. Let's bring it on.
They're gonna fold. I don't know. You don't know.
And you know something? Because you already see it in your head. Maybe this doesn't make a difference.
I gotta tell you that I like watching it through your guys' eyes yesterday. You and Teddy and Blake. It's interesting sitting here watching
Slick was
it.
funny.
It was the
Evolve.
podium.
Yeah,
On a
right?
roll.
It was the podium segments because
That
they
was
had
funny.
snapshots of people taking podiums.
Did you see
But the way you deliver
Totally.
it, it's almost like you're on a rant and you've taken down everyone. Like it was like you just took all the air in and out of the room.
Why?
No, I'm not saying you're wrong, but
I ain't
at your
taking the air
feel,
out of the room.
he's going to tell you the same exact story and laugh and go, "It's the podium, guys."
Like, out
the
of
podium
everything-
came down.
And he's taking pictures. He's taking pictures with
They're
the
in
podium.
Pelosi's office. They're putting their
Did you
feet up
see
on
that?
Pelosi's office.
And the guy's face. You don't think they're gonna
and then we
snatch
had
this guy up to that?
we had the
That was on the news.
the guy with the sheepskin. the guy with the
FBI is like,
sheepskin
oh, we
on.
need help finding these protesters. Half of them said their names, where they're from. One of them's on the news this morning being like, yeah, I helped raid the Capitol building. But like the FBI
I was
is
there,
really
and they're
struggling.
taking pictures with the cops. They're taking selfies with the
Cops,
cops.
yeah.
He says, "That's okay. I'm gonna see you tomorrow. I'm gonna put them bracelets on you."
They probably would have had drinks with the cops. You get some beer
And
later.
you do realize that everything on that ground, that sacred ground, is a federal offense. This ain't local.
Yeah.
You're looking at years.
That's
here.
why.
We're
What is
looking
it?
at minutes.
A 63-year-old woman told me yesterday, if it was any other way that it would have been brought, like it would have went down a different way. Cause why are they taking pictures? Why are the cops letting them in? My mother had to turn off the TV, and she loves the news. So she said, you know what? There's no more MSNBC. I gotta either, what is it? She had to talk to her family either in Haiti or from from Margate, because she couldn't watch the TV anymore. Cause she's
Can't
like,
do it anymore.
because she's like, this doesn't make any sense. And she came here not speaking English. So here seeing how people in suits or how people that are supposed to act like citizens are not acting like citizens. They're going up to the Capitol. Cops are letting them in. It's all willy-nilly. Like, it's like, was this
did you see?
planned?
Did you hear what they said when you go when they were mobbing into the Capitol? They didn't go through security.
They didn't.
Really? It's a mob. What do you think is going to happen?
They didn't.
Oh, excuse
Security
me.
said, you know what?
Everybody put your guns down and then run through security?
There's an amazing video, and it's so funny. It's the cops literally not stopping them as they're walking in, but they're
Yeah.
on a very orderly line going
Yes.
through the Capitol, walking by handcuffs, guns, ready to take hostages.
Like it was a visitation day.
They were visiting.
It was a visitation day.
Meanwhile, the woman got shot, and they're breaking the glass in the door.
Yes.
There were people in Pelosi's office, and they wrote messages. They left her memos. You see
They
that?
said they broke her name off the wall.
yeah.
Past
They-
Pelosi.
Somebody has her name tag, her nameplate. And then they go, we need help identifying people? Really? I could give you
These
4
people wanted to be identified.
I mean,
that was my scariest part when I saw the guy foot. That was my scariest part when I saw the guy foot on Nancy Pelosi's desk. I was like, that's when I like, this is too much. Because this is somebody's mother. This is somebody's grandmother. Yeah. And I mean, you know, we need to take this seriously now. It's like, you know, one woman died, 4 people died.
4.
Yeah. And it's crazy. And it hit home. I'm like, how did they
easily just walk in?
Now, it's a good thing that I don't work for the CIA or the FBI or whatever.
That's exactly what I said.
I would have had a machine gun. I would have been shooting.
I would have been sniper on point.
People down to the basement when they have that secret military base down there and bringing out more bullets because I told you shot everything in its path.
I told you that yesterday afternoon.
I am warning you with a loudspeaker. I am warning you. I am shooting you, and they would have been. I would have been
sniper on point.
Can I say though, there was a really cool moment. I saw it on the news this morning where they highlighted there were, I think it was 4 or 5 assistants in the Capitol. Their first thought, it was 4 or 5 women, and they grabbed the electoral votes and they ran to an undisclosed secure location to make sure that no matter what happened with the rioters, the looters, terrorists, genuinely, that they could not get the electoral votes, so they were safe. It was like 4 or 5 women. That was their first thing they did.
Wow.
That's good.
Ran to an undisclosed
That's good.
No, they had the senator up in the top.
Yeah.
And she was hiding down on the chairs. And then this morning she was like,
Snapchatting.
She goes, I wasn't worried. So they show her hiding. And she says, no, I just making sure that I didn't get hit by a bullet. But I wasn't worried. Democracy at its strength. Meanwhile, they're all running for cover, hiding under desks, locking doors.
I like that story. It's like the women that took us to the moon the first time.
The ballot thing? That's the reason this whole stupidity is happening.
Yeah, but there were 4 or 5 women that said, you know what, this is what this whole stupidity is about. We're going to take it with us.
What blew this up is when Pence said, President Trump, I cannot support what you want. And
he said it the day before.
Yeah, but that's what ignited this whole thing. And then in the video that Slick did, what he said in this march, and he didn't stop it, and he didn't condone it, and he didn't condemn it. You know, this morning he said he didn't condemn it. You're right.
Because here's what I think. I think when you know what they tell you in kindergarten, you're judged by the company you keep.
Correct.
And you're okay, and you go by that. It's not so bad. You overlook it, and then you look back on your life. This is my opinion, and you say, "Wow, I got another 13 days left of being associated with a person. Is this the legacy I want to leave to my family?
Quit.
But is this the legacy I want to leave to my family?" Or do I stand up for what I believe in? It may work, it may not, but at least I say my truths. And in my opinion, that is what Pence is doing. And I have to commend him for that, to saying, you know what? This is how I feel. You either like it or you don't. But I can't leave my office without speaking my truths.
I feel sorry for Pence.
But he has never said anything up until this point.
Exactly.
Yeah,
well,
he was kind of a passive stander by. This was the first time that I was like, okay.
Agreed.
I did gain a little bit more respect for Pence. And I was like, good for you.
Everybody did.
Standing on
Because everybody thinks that Pence has the power to overthrow the election. He said, I don't have that power. Oh, yes, you do. If you interpret the Constitution, then no.
But he could have taken another stance.
No.
He could have
tried. He could have done what people have done and lied and said he did and incited more violence, and he didn't. He said, no, I can't do this. I'm not going to lie about it. I'm not going to try and force it.
Or he could have been Ted Cruz, who after all this, Ted Cruz stands up and says, this doesn't change nothing.
He could have done that. He could have said, I stand by the president as a VP, whatever
he
says,
accepted
I agree
the
with it.
loss.
He didn't. So I have to say, I commend him for speaking his truth.
Okay.
Even though it changes nothing.
Time out. I'm gonna go back to my Facebook example. I've been in Facebook jail for 2.5 months.
Probation.
I did nothing. Oh, I shared too much. Okay.
Yeah,
so this guy incites a riot where 4 people die, and they shut down his account for 12 hours. I don't know. There's a little bit of injustice here. Also, if I rob a car, and you're in that car, I say, hey, Slick, come on, let's go take a ride. You don't know that you're in a car. And I go and I rob a bank, and they catch us. You are just as guilty as me. Do you know why?
Why?
You didn't stop me.
Oh, but I didn't know.
So I'm gonna.
But that is true, though.
I'm just gonna quote the law now.
You're right.
Okay, I'm gonna quote the law. Call your son. Call all your friends. He is as guilty as who he is associated with.
Correct.
As guilty.
You're absolutely correct.
There is no pity. This man is the vice president of the United States. If this guy, and he was in our studios, we did a show with him.
Teddy did that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't feel I don't feel bad for nope. You know why I
I
feel
didn't say
bad
I
for?
felt bad for him. I said I commend him for speaking his
But
truth.
why? What truth did he speak? That he didn't say nothing? He's as guilty for
But
not stopping
now,
the crime.
but he's saying I can't do this. I
Oh,
can't.
he
go-
broke. He
It's
can't do it
something
no
that
more.
he could have done worse. He didn't do well through all of this. None of them did. They were all inciting violence, but he could have done even worse. It's like you weren't as big of a jerk as you could have been.
He should have said, no, thank you, Mr. Trump. I don't want to be your vice president.
Yes, a lot of them should have. And a lot of senators and representatives are now saying they're distancing themselves from Trump. So many
Now.
White House assistants now, and they should have done it before if they didn't believe in it. But
Now, let me ask you a
they
question.
probably
If the president of the United States 4 years ago asked you to be his vice president, would you have said yes?
For Donald Trump, no.
Not looking at today, looking at him 4 years ago, would you have accepted that position? Because think about the power that you are wielding. You want to help your community.
Well, it's like when you get married and get divorced. Do you look back and go,
Oh,
I
I
would
can't
never do
believe
it
you went
again?
I cannot believe you went there.
I'm glad you went there. Did you look at her the first day that you looked at her on the last day of when you were signing the paper? How did that feel? I'm
When
talking.
you fell in love
yeah, when
and
you
got married compared to the day you signed your divorce.
Yes.
papers. I don't mean you. I mean in
in
general.
yes, in
In a
general.
relationship.
Wow.
I mean to you. I'm just kidding.
We're not
That's
asking you. I mean,
Yes,
as
he
a
is.
relationship. I'm not.
He's targeting you.
in general.
Funny. When that first virus got off the airplane, did anybody know? Well, maybe we should have stopped people coming. I mean, there's so many things you can look back at and say, shoulda, woulda. Yeah, let's put that right in the middle of the camera shot.
I'll hold it.
No, Mom, I'll hold it. Give it to Freddie. He'll
But
put
she's
it
going to
down.
hang herself with the headphones.
She may hang herself and Teddy at the same time with the head.
Wow, you know, you just hit home with the marriage.
I was just kidding. In general, guys.
No, no, they-
For the guys that got divorced,
But you
not
know
just
something?
being
I'm
not
going to
speaking.
tell you something. I did my tour. I've been divorced twice. I'm over that madness. I got
right.
people in this room that are just going to start that madness, including moi.
If it does happen, if it does happen.
Doesn't matter. Nobody
If.
knows what it means.
If it does happen.
Engage, future engage. God only knows we're engaged, and you.
If
you're
it does
the big
happen.
mystery.
If
Hell, just
CBS,
like
you
I
said-
was
Single.
on
You ever been divorced?
No, never been there.
See, PBS ain't never been married either. Stay that way.
If it does.
What are you gonna do when you get
Look
married?
back.
I don't
So
know.
you're gonna
If
sit
it
there and
does.
you're gonna say, do I ask her to marry me after the conversation I had on the Brooklyn Cafe morning show? Hell no. Put a cigar band on there, because you ain't never getting that back. That I
You
can
just
tell you.
never know. But I gotta ask Taylor though, big question. How'd the voiceover go with our new star?
Very good. He was so excited.
I got
that
another one
we
for you.
asked him. All right, he will be. I was like, oh, I got to do that voiceover with you, and he's like, all right, I'll go into your studio, which is my room. And he was
Your room
very,
is your studio?
yeah.
That's cute.
And then my brother was like yelling because he's only 10. He was like yelling something. He's like, that you need to soundproof this more since I'm like such a professional. I'm like, oh my
Change the
god.
soundproof room.
Fame
Yeah.
has gotten to his head.
It
Wow.
has.
I got another one
He's
for
a
him. He's
celebrity.
good. What are you gonna do?
He is.
You're good. You're
He's
good,
got that
right?
voice.
He's good. We have a request for a female voice to do a piece.
Jody's daughter.
Okay, it's for Steve. Gub.
Jody's daughter.
All right,
Give her a call.
you got it.
I get that off my chest.
I see that. I almost think you guys should clip it, but that was like an hour clip. You feel better now?
I
she
do
wants to
feel
know?
better. I do, because you know something. I always attribute,
Now you can light a cigarette and relax.
but I always attribute that our future is in your hands.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You guys are tomorrow, and
Yep.
and Dawn has taught me one lesson in the last 5 years, that you sometimes you get a seed in your head and you think that's the way life is supposed to be. That's where hate comes from and things like that. And that isn't who we are as a people. You know, you got to wash away yesterday, as hard as it is. That isn't us. That's not what a democracy is about. And I hear all the arguments about capitalism and yada, 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 and the whole 9 yards. But I only hear it from those who struggle or don't struggle, and they can't find a way. And you always got to find a way. And if you work hard and you keep working and you find a way, you'll get there. So it just worries me that this is not your tomorrow. Don't think it is. Don't think it is. And that's the part I have problems with politicians, man. Nobody learned the lesson. Well, maybe one or two. I heard some things. This is our problem. This
But
is
there's
what
a
we
lot
created.
of problems that we got in this country.
But
in this
every
world.
country has problems. You You can't have millions and millions of people and not have problems, Dawn. Everybody has a problem. Now, I need to get a shot. You need to get a shot. Anybody ain't got a shot yet?
No.
That's a major
No.
problem.
I'm on the waiting list.
I'm on some kind of list that
You are?
yesterday crashed.
Tried.
You on a list? You're
I'm
too
on,
young.
No, I'm too young. I'm probably older than you. But they sent out a list. They put me on a list, and it crashed. So I don't know if I'm on a list, not on a list. I don't know what the hell's going on. But the bottom line is, we got bigger fish to fry here. Now, change of power is what a democracy is about. We got problems, man. There's a new virus in the UK. There's a bigger, worse virus in South Africa. They're trying to contain it. This is like when we had Ebola. Remember Ebola? Remember the threat of Ebola? You touch somebody, you done. Done. There is no mercy. Done. You start bleeding here and you're done. And they control that. That lady came up with the cure.
Good morning to you.
I'm just saying.
Holy smokes, slick. I feel
But with
like I'm
Ebola,
on
we
the
did
floor
have
just
like-minded
screaming.
individuals attacking the situation. Get what I'm
Yes, but
saying?
why aren't we
Taylor, we need some
I don't
ice
know.
cream.
There's a
Remember
lot
we
of
said
tension with this
people
whole
get stressed
corona.
out, we go up and have ice cream. I'm glad that we've got some Cold Stone in the freezer because right now I need
You
to
just
contain
iced the
and
whole room.
spoon.
Yeah.
That Oreo
Listen,
overload, the entire
I always
thing.
told you, if you're gonna play ostrich, you know what sticks out of the sand.
I'm not playing ostrich, but I got it.
What sticks out of the sand?
You know, an
Sand.
ostrich puts his head in the sand.
When you bury your
Yeah.
head in the
When
sand,
it's
what
afraid.
happens?
Oh,
And you know what sticks out?
What's
Your
the
booty.
oh.
It's like
Oh.
downward
I get you a
dog.
picture.
I got you. No, I already got the picture.
Downward dog, baby.
Downward
That's what it
dog.
is.
And again, I mean, I'm a fun-loving guy. I get it, but I got to deal.
Yeah, that's what they're saying right now. Freddie, fun-loving president.
Fun-loving guy.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you,
Ready for
he
president.
who doesn't feel the same way I do cast the first stone, because everybody who woke up today woke up
Yes.
to this hangover of yesterday.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right?
Most
Did
definitely.
you see? I see driving home how they shut down I-95. Did you see that?
Actually, at
Really?
Chelsea stayed at the house last night. I said, please do not go home. She lives near downtown Fort Lauderdale, and I'm like, just gotta
What
stay.
about Glaze Avenue on the corner? It has
Oh,
some
yeah,
woman talking nonsense there.
Most
and
definitely.
She's backtracking and talking. Meanwhile, she goes, we're peaceful protests, and they
No,
went
they're
into
not.
the
They're
house.
very vicious
There
protesters.
There were protesters at the corner of Blades and
Yeah, right next to your mall.
Town center.
yeah, by town. It's St. Andrews.
St. Andrews. They're always there. That must be zoned for protesters.
It is.
There was one
They put it on the
Blades
news.
and 441 too, because when I was on the way home, I got stuck in like traffic for 20 minutes because they're trying to crawl into the street. There must have been 50 of them, a bunch of cops, and one
Wow.
woman on the other side with a Biden-Harris sign.
That's another thing. They had a
Yeah.
kid
I was gonna say,
on Glaze.
So
Back in
funny.
November, there were Biden and Harris on one side of the street and Trump on the other side, but I only saw Trump yesterday.
Well, it's funny. Yesterday
two
on
Biden
Glaze,
won.
there was one kid for Biden, brave enough to go out there, and they hugged him because he broke down and started to cry because they showed him on the phone what was going on, and he didn't know what was going on. And he says, "This is what we have turned. This is what we've become." So he took off his Biden stuff, and the guy that was with him took off his Trump stuff. They threw it in the street, and they left. You got to understand, what's in your shirt is what counts, not what you're wearing.
Most definitely.
And Glaze Avenue, very dangerous. That's not far from you.
No, I live right there.
Not far from where you work. I mean, think about it. You're going to get in harm's way. When I went down to see the movies and they shut down I-95 and the cops had to come in and open it, there were people jumping on cars. I got out of my car and I told her, you jump on my car, I'm going to jump on
Will you
you.
stop getting out of your car, by the way?
Yes, just lock the door.
He's from
You
New
lock the
York.
door and stay
It's
in
from
your
New
car and drive
York.
away?
You going to jump on my
He's
car?
from New York. No, I don't blame him.
Absolutely not. And I'm
always-
taking my bats with me and putting them in the trunk and something else.
You're nuts.
I don't
I'm
blame
not
you.
nuts.
He's from the Northeast. They'll do
I'm
that.
not
They'll
nuts. You either get or
Then,
get out, right?
yeah.
He wants a bat, and I want
They
a
will.
container of ice cream. How do we even work together?
They will stop traffic.
You know
People
you
from
want
the
that ice cream.
Northeast.
So
Yeah.
Dawn sees a mob coming at her, right? And she
Please
says,
give me
anyone
some
want ice cream?
Pretty
Who wants ice cream? A little ice cream would do you.
It couldn't hurt anybody. The Oreo overload could cure anything.
Wow. Unbelievable.
I just can't incite violence. You know what it does to me?
Incite violence. Everybody's running this way away from the violence, and you want to give them ice cream.
You know, Teddy saw me yesterday. I'm like, Teddy? She goes, I got you covered. I'm good.
You were a mess.
I was a mess. I know. Because I truly believe, and I try over and over and over again to believe in the goodness of people.
Good.
And you know what? It's not working out so well for me. But I try, and I will try again. But at some point, I feel like you, and I can't do it.
Put your finger there. Put your finger there. If I keep doing that enough, you're gonna feel it eventually.
Yeah, but you know what? But I don't want it to change who I am because I really want to believe.
You want to change people? Start here.
No, I can't
start
change
in this
people,
room. Yeah, start in this room.
But they can make a change.
You guys can change it.
You
guys
make
can
a
change it. If you want to change things, you do it correctly. Not as a mob being retarded.
They can make a change. Their shows, their
Half-naked men
platforms
walking
can make
in
a
with-
change.
With sheep, horns, face paint, going up to the
Yeah,
Capitol.
let me ask you, what the hell
I don't even know
was
what that dude. I think he was a leader. I
What
don't
was
know.
that?
The dude
Oh,
with
the
the
guy with the
sheepskin, with the
Yeah, what
sheepskin.
was that?
I think he was a leader.
So I actually found out a little bit about this. So this is a guy who they think is in a white supremacist group. They don't know yet. I don't think he's been identified. But he's gone to a lot of Black Lives Matter protests because he wanted to incite violence. They think he was one of the people that was inciting all the violence and the looting because he wasn't actually there for the cause. So that when he could be there for the cause with the white supremacists, because there were a lot of people in, 6 million weren't enough, and doing the Hail Hitler and everything there, he was with them to actually support them, trying to make it look as if.
So the FBI doesn't know who this guy is.
I don't know if they,
I mean,
I don't personally.
They don't know?
I'm
They
not
shut
the
me
FBI.
down from Facebook.
Facts.
They don't even know me. And
They
this
don't know
guy,
these people
I should wear
anymore.
horns.
You should wear horns in the shoes.
Can I wear horns?
Teddy's
I
got
want
a
a horn
jacket
hat.
for you that looks really comfy.
I wear that with the
Blanket.
horns.
I love
And
it.
color my face. And this guy's standing there going like this. You don't know who it is?
Wait, have you seen the new commercial for? It's like a dating site where the guy dresses like a devil with
Yes.
horns. What is that?
That's the
Match
new.
that, is it Match? Yeah.
The
Dating
world.
during a pandemic, and it's this guy with the red face and horns.
It's
He's like in this,
Satan and
Like some girl.
Isn't
Yep.
it a TV show? It's gonna be like a TV
It's
show.
I think they were trying to make it look like a TV show. It's a commercial showing. I didn't know it was Match, but it was like, oh my god, we fell in love and it was so great. And it's like Satan and some girl. Yeah.
right.
Give him ice cream. You know, that's a place to take ice cream to hell.
It'll melt.
It'll melt. Make a smoothie.
But can't you just see like a cartoon artist coming out with something where the cartoon is Trump and he's like pulling off the mask and he's Supermaning his shirt and there's like a whole change of persona of our whole government and democracy
Who the hell
changing.
are you? What
don't
are
see
you?
that?
Are you out of your mind? No. I saw guys. Did you see them throw the ropes and they're scaling the
gotta
walls?
tell you,
Did you see this? Then you would think
It
it's
looked
like
like
the
Prison
army.
Break.
I think a
And the
political
police were
cartoonist.
like sick.
And the cops are saying,
Yeah.
I'll hold the rope in a second. Let me take a selfie with Mr. Horns.
Left, right, left. Use your left foot. Okay, now your right foot.
You're going to hurt yourself.
Valerie. So Donald Trump Jr. has been tweeting. That's amazing. I didn't hear that. He's been tweeting nonstop a few months ago about like, you know why zoos are safe? Because walls work. Valerie saw something that said all those people scaling the walls just proves walls don't work.
Literally.
Ooh.
How many billions of dollars that we spent on walls? From what I saw yesterday, they're easy to climb.
scaled it
We
like it was
got, I
nuts.
tell you, we got the wrong people in the army. I would send all those people to Iraq, Iran, wherever the hell we having
They look
problems
like
with,
American Ninja
and let them
Warrior.
do
all
their
of them.
thing.
Ninja Warrior
They
training.
look like Ninja Warrior, all of them. Just
Send them out with Buffalo Head.
there must have been a
Buffalo
prize
Head to
over
the
the wall.
rescue.
I'm trying to figure out how did they get down from the wall? Was there like a?
They took the stairs.
There was no stairs. They had to jump down.
I just walked right up.
The cop said, I have an easier way. Go this way, and there's a cup of coffee waiting for you when you get
That look
downstairs.
like easy 40 feet, and you gotta jump down.
Did
No.
you see that though?
That's
Now,
nuts.
didn't we get threatened by Iran because we took out their #1 general or something a year ago? Didn't they threaten us? Send that mob to Iran, man. Line them on the beach and say, "Go get them."
We've had a virus.
You guys
and
have
they
strength.
won't let us in.
And you know what? I mean, think about it. No, and everybody, you noticed yesterday they were saying, "You see, I got a mask, and now I don't get a mask." And so now it's the anti-mask rally.
I was gonna say all I can get out of the protesters' pictures is that none of them are with masks.
Yeah.
That's all I get out of that.
It is the funniest. It's like a cartoon on our soil.
It's just
Yeah, they said they got tear gas. They were like, "Yeah, I'm in pain because of tear gas." I'm like, "Well,
This woman
you're
goes,
storming a
I
Capitol."
got maced. I got one foot inside the Capitol. I got maced. Like, real? Did you really? got 1 foot inside of
And you
federal
were there
law.
You should have
Wow,
gave that
right.
lady ice cream.
Ice cream, thank you.
Cam, let me give you some ice
Ice
cream.
cream for all, sponsored by Cold Stone.
There you
I
go.
gotta tell
Oh,
you.
we should do a commercial. If you are in a revolt and you need to calm down,
Come to
have
Cold
some
Stone.
Cold Stone ice cream. The cure to invading a country.
I'm telling you, it works for
But I'm
everything.
going to tell you something. I'm going to
From
tell.
PMS to Congress invasions, have some Cold Stone.
Who's our state senator here? Who's the federal
Deutsch?
senator? Deutsch? I'm going to call him today and say, listen, why don't we send these people to Iraq, man? They'll take care of every problem. I mean, they overwhelm and they have the cops joining them and everything else.
Oh, the
Some ice
second they
cream.
get maced, they just start crying. They don't know what to do.
Mace. Get ice cream. Put ice cream in your eyes.
That was
See,
all
they
in.
called
milk in
Black
your
Lives
eyes.
Matter. They had all kinds of tweets talking about how to survive
Facts.
a riot and mace and getting tear
Facts.
gas. But, like, they didn't want to follow it.
And they
got maced.
They
Facts.
arrested the guy from Tall Boys or whatever it is.
Proud Boys, yeah.
They arrested him the day before because he burned the Black Lives Matter banner.
Yeah.
They arrested him because they wanted to get him off the streets, obviously. But they left Buffalo John in there.
Correct. Buffalo. It's the whole thing of like
You
the
saw
whole
Buffalo
Black
John?
Lives Matter. We weren't even causing any problems, you know.
Yeah. It was
But the
peaceful
officers were
protests.
already strapped with SWAT team.
First of all, they're lucky they didn't get their guns taken away
These
from
people
them.
go
They maybe
10,000
should have.
10,000 to like a U.S.
Yeah.
Capitol. No riot gear. Police officers are letting them in. It's just a whole.
Now, did you see where they
I just
were at
didn't
the door
understand
to the chamber? And they warned, if you come in here, you're going to get shot. And that lady, who happens to be a vet, 4 tours in Afghanistan, come on, man. She jumps in and they shot her dead right there. Shot
Was
her
she
dead.
a protest also?
Yeah, she was wearing.
Yeah, she actually tweeted something out the day before saying,
Yeah.
nothing will stop us. We will get in. Something about, I'm paraphrasing, but we will stop this. We will get in. Nothing can stop us.
She was leading, and she's military, and she's 4 tours in Afghanistan, and they shot her, and they killed her. And she was the first
Brianna Taylor
person
was
in that.
asleep in her bed.
All this for Trump.
Just saying.
Insane. All I can tell you is have some ice cream.
I'm sorry.
Have a great morning,
You got to.
everyone. Stay safe. Go to Cold Stone, located in Lake Worth and Boynton Beach. I'm telling you,
You can
The Oreo
associate
cookie
ice cream
overload
with
with
the starving.
everything. Everything is better with
Ice cream it out.
Ice cream it out. There you go. We got all these commercials for your dad to voice over. It's a whole new marketing platform. Have a great morning. We got a lot coming out of Aunt Meaty's studios today. We've got unemployment woes, which is huge. You've got Ivy and her protein cakes, smoothie cakes. You've got
BYOB is going to be on here.
BYOB and BYOB.
Let's set up Studio B.
Lenore and a lot of great things. So stay tuned. Have a great morning, and we'll see you in a little bit.
And don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show is over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S will bring more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. Well, see you next time.